Hello, good evening, dear partners. Welcome you all at this webinar. Now let's just wait a couple of more minutes. My name is Dmitry. I welcome you warmly at this webinar of Solar Group and DUYUNOV'S Motors project. It's held in English language, as each Wednesday we do. In the meantime, I'm just letting you know that you can write your comments or your questions in chat. And after the presentation, we will have some time to answer these questions. And also I will open the microphone as well later, so you can all ask any question relating to the project. And then we will respond. Also, we'll have a special announcement about the upcoming news in the project regarding the construction works and regarding the ongoing phase of financing of the project. Right now, I remind you that we are in stage 14. And I hope you can hear and see me clearly. So in a couple of more minutes, we will start up. And then in the meantime, I will put some links in the chat. So to make sure that you all have the WhatsApp chat in English and the Telegram chat that you can follow. Here is the Telegram chat, and also I will copy paste the English chat. I remind you again that in case of any questions, of course, you're welcome to contact directly the support via the online chat, or also via the email at support.en@solargroup.pro. Okay, I'm just checking whether we are live also on Facebook. Let me just check quickly. Okay. Also, we are streaming on YouTube, so if you miss this webinar, you can easily, or your partners, you can easily follow it later using this link. I will also paste it in the chat right now. So we're also live there. Okay. All right, so let's start. Again, my name is Dmitry. I'm the speaker for English speaking webinars for Solar Group and DUYUNOV'S Motors project. Welcome you to this webinar. It will take about 40-45 minutes for the explanation for the investment part and in technological part of the project. And later we can move on to the questions, which will be answered after the presentation. We'll speak about the technology, about the investments in the project, about why you're here, what is the potential benefits for you being a partner in the project and being an investor in the project. So taking advantage of the affiliation program as a partner, just earning as a partner, or second option as being an investor. You can do both, or you can do one of these options. Being an investor, it means that you bought the investment package with investment shares of Solar Group, which will be later exchanged to SOVELMASH shares as a SOVELMASH joint stock company in the future. So let's start. What is an induction motor? I think it's a very, of course, available information that in the world, out of the world's all the industries and all the sectors it's used, 80% is using the induction type motor and asynchronous type motor, so-called, and the other 20% are non-induction types motors, electric motors. So we're concentrated on this 80% of the market of the motors, electric motors, which are induction type electric motors, which is, of course, the machine to transform the electrical energy into mechanical one. It's used everywhere. It's used in industries, in military application, of course, in all kinds of pumps, all kinds of heavy machineries, in automotive sector, of course, in electronics, even your mobile phone have a small vibrating electric motor as well. So there are more than 10,000 types of induction motors. There are 7 billion motors produced annually and annually undergo overhaul or need modernization. Also, we need to know that there has not been considerable update or upgrade of these motors during the last, can you imagine, 60 years in the last decades. So it means that a large portion of this motor, so wear and tear is 80%. So it means that almost all of the motors needs to be replaced. And every year we are producing these 7 billion motors. It means that it's huge market, and it's growing on a constant basis. So there will be no shortage of the market, no shortage of the clients in the sector. And of course, with the new technology, you always strive for the best available power outputs, best available technical characteristics that your motor can reach. And in the world right now, we have 4 main energy efficiency classes: IE1, IE2, and IE3 and IE4 motors. And what is the benefit of the DUYUNOV'S motors, combined winding technology Slavyanka, is that this motor is up to IE3 and IE4, so the highest energy efficiency class standards in the industry, while having the same size and the same weight as the old technology motors, electric motors. So we've talked about the application that is used basically everywhere, in aviation, in military, in transport, in agriculture, and so on and so forth. So you can apply it to any industry imaginable. Of course, the father and the main initiator of the project is the Russian development engineer Dmitriy Alexandrovich Duyunov. Mr. Duyunov has had the considerable experience starting from 1995. He has been very, very involved in this sector. He has done a lot of research. He and his team actually applied successfully this technology in prototypes. They obtained the patents for intellectual property patents for Russia and also for international patents. And right now, his main focus is to develop these electric motors using the combined winding technology. He called it Slavyanka technology. He's also one of the founders of the research and production company called ASNPP, which is the main company who holds all the patents as a legal entity. And what has been his invention actually? His invention has been that he actually combined the delta and star windings together. So you have, in the past, you have in the motors like all the delta, all the star winding, but he combined the two together and made a lot of tests, a lot of applied the research in order to make sure that it works best. It works in a really advanced results, and also it performs much better than the competition. Also, one of his innovations that these motors don't actually use permanent magnets. That the other types of motors, for example, BLDC motors available from China, they all employ the permanent magnets. And in this technology, this Slavyanka technology, no permanent magnets are used. So just electric, steel, and copper are used. What does it mean? It means that the production cost is much lower because you don't need to buy this permanent magnets from abroad. And basically, it's mostly available in China only. And China, from year to year, it imposes the export limitations. So whether you need to organize this production domestically, you really face the problem of importing these permanent magnets into your country. In this case, the Slavyanka technology, we don't need to import any permanent magnets. We just use the electric steel and we use copper, which is highly available in any country. And you can organize your production domestically without any issues, without any problems. So it gave such great results as saves energy up to 40%. These motors also reduce, as I mentioned, due to non-usage of permanent magnets, the reduced production cost by 30%. It has improved service reliability factor of 2.5, where in normal electric motors is just 1.5. It has reduced noise and vibration level by 30% and enhanced energy efficiency class. As I mentioned, it's I3 and I4 standards. It's the highest standards right now. Also, some of the countries are already, I've read some articles, are working on the newest levels. It's I5, but right now the most widespread is I3 and I4. Also, it has reduced inrush current, and it increased torque, starting torque. It means that once you apply it in scooter or electric bike or automobile, it doesn't have the some lagging time when you just start. So if you just ride a bike, it starts immediately and it reaches high speeds even with the lower RPM or the lower rotation per minute. When the motor just starts, it gives you really great results, and you can find on the YouTube many videos. For example, Denzel brand uses this technology. ASPP, very high company, uses this technology, and there are many tests completed that shows how it's working fine. Also, this combined winding technology has been applied not only by company SOVELMASH, not only by ASPP, its developer, but also by the network of licensed winding specialists, both in Russia and abroad. So, for example, the client gives the company the used electric motor from any other producer, and basically these licensed winding specialists, they modernize this electric motor. So just apply this new combined winding together, and they give to the client back this improved, upgraded motor, which performs much better than before. So it has really improved efficiency, improved capabilities, and that was the reason that the project was even successful commercially, even before the startup of this crowd investing project of Solar Group in 2017. So speaking about this licensed winding specialist, it showed that this also technology works for commercial purposes. It works fine. But Dmitriy DUYUNOV has decided to take it to the next level, to develop really the highest efficiency electric motors with Slavyanka technology, and use these patents, use this technology and innovations in order to really earn good revenues and really create this innovation center that will be the center for developing of new type electric motors for any clients from any sectors. And in order to do that, he and his team decided in 2017, together with Solar Group team, they joined forces together and they decided to prepare this crowd investing project, which gives opportunity to all the participants, all the partners, to just starting from the packages. It varies from country to country. From some countries, it starts from a package of $100. You can already be a co-owner of this future enterprise. And even if you split it in monthly payments, you can just pay $10 per month. If you pay in 10 months period in installments, and already receive these shares, which will be converted in the future to joint stock shares of the SOVELMASH company. So also one of the advantages of these motors is that they help really to reduce the global environmental impact of the harmful elements, harmful factors that are affecting our planet right now. It's the pollution, of course, of the land, air, and waters, and of course, it's due to the pollution, the very burning of the fossil fuel, burning of the harmful elements, emitting it into the atmosphere, and it's of course due to the outdated technology used in the power plants, used in electric plants right now, and also DUYUNOV'S technology help to alleviate some of these problems, and thus helping our planet to thrive and helping to reduce these harmful levels and go back to the normal state of the ecology in the future. Hopefully, it's a reachable goal. That's a commendable goal, and that's something also we are looking at in the future. It will help to reduce the greenhouse effect in the planet, emission from power plants. Of course, they harm the environmental and people health both. So by just increasing the energy efficiency of the electric motors on a mass scale, you help also reduce these global problems as well. Talking about the energy efficiency class, as I've mentioned, we have I3 and I4 energy efficiency class. And also by having this technology, we have the i3 and i4 standard electric motors. And actually, country by country starts to introduce this legislation requirement to have the new i4 and i3 energy efficiency class motors employed in the new production, in the industry, in the new plants which are being constructed right now and in the future as well. So as I mentioned, this technology helps reduce cost, helps save capacity up to 30%, and it has also smaller size and weight comparing to the other outdated technologies out there. Mr. Dmitriy Duyunov's company has obtained 20 patents for the Slavyanka technology. These patents you can consult and you can download from our website solargroup.pro. They are easily available online. You can double check that they are also inside the Russian intellectual property register, also available online. You can double check that this patent is really there, it's valid, it's created by this field by the ASNPP company from Russia. Also, this technology has been tested by various universities in Germany, university in Italy, also university in Thailand, in Bangkok, with the help and collaboration of our partner, Mr. Victor Aristo, with his company ASNPP in Weihai in China, who is already producing some of the motors right now in China. And also it has been tested by fourth University of Belgorod in Russia. And from all of these four universities, you can double check it by yourselves, and you can check that they have official documents that they confirm that this technology is working, it's operating fine, and it's proved its excellence on also these levels. So not only on prototypes, but also by this university's research. Some of the operating models show us the first Russian electric vehicle called Zeta, equipped with hub motors. It shows also the ZAZ car, and he also participated in Monte Carlo Rally. It shows the trolley bus with Slavyanka motor in Ukraine, and some mining electric locomotive, which has, after the employment of the DUYUNOV'S motors, it has become twice more efficient, twice more powerful than before. Also, electric bicycles employ the hub motor. And KAMAZ Master Sports team used also the generator with Slavyanka winding. And some of the Irbis scooter used this technology, and also for medical application, the hub motor was invented for the wheelchair products as well. Hub motor has become one of the most demanded and most looked at technology and piece of products for Slavyanka technology, because it really is a remarkable hub motor, due to its increased power, due to its reliability, due to its unparalleled the travel distance compared to the other competitors. Its simple design, it's waterproof, it doesn't have any problem with the mud and the water, and also its price. Its price is one of the most important outstanding factors out there. We have here the comparison, more technical comparison between the hub motors of with Slavyanka winding and with BLDC magnets. As I've mentioned, the Slavyanka winding Slavyanka motors doesn't use any permanent magnets in this case. So we have high efficiency recuperation of energy. We have easy to work pedals. We have improved reliability. We have lower cost. We have availability of resources. If you're talking about the fact that we don't use permanent magnets here, it's also connected with the fact that it's easily can be produced in your own domestic country rather than be only imported, as is the case with the BLDC motors. And later you can put on pause this slide and you can look more attentively on these factors, the advantages of Slavyanka winding and disadvantages of BLDC type electric motors. Also, I remind you that this presentation is available in the back office, in the sector for partners, and there you go areas materials for work. Click on presentation of the DUYUNOV'S motors project, and There you can download this presentation both in English and also in your local languages. We have our back office translated already into 20 different languages, including English, Spanish, German, Hindi, and many more different languages. Also, the hub motors have been applied in electric bicycles, in electric cars, as I've mentioned, with different capacities, different electric output for 10 kilowatts, for 20 kilowatts, 27 kilowatts hub motor for electric scooter, and hub motor for wheelchair as well. Also, the Slavyanka electric motor has been employed in the Renault Twizy car. It has become much more efficient, and into 4x4 electric Kangoo, Renault Kangoo car based with the Slavyanka based electric motor. Also, the trolleybus in Ukraine was used with the Slavyanka motor, and it has become much more dynamic and more cost effective in comparison with the older type electric motor which was employed there before. As I mentioned, the locomotive, electric locomotive era has already also has been using with the usage of electric motor with Slavyanka technology. Could pull twice more the load than before. So it has already great result. Some of you may ask, of course, this is great, but what about the production? Has it already been produced anywhere, or it's just on the paper, or just in the presentation? And this response to that is yes, of course. This technology has been implemented successfully in the real life. We have our partner company called ASPP Technology Limited in Weihai in China, with its director, Mr. Viktor Aristov, who is successfully producing already actually five types of electric motors. Here, four of them are presented: DA90S, DA100S for smaller vehicles or smaller scooters or bikes, and DA100SL and DA112SL for larger type vehicles, for larger like light commercial vehicles or small pickup vehicles, for lightweight electric cars as well. We have our one of the company who employed the Slavyanka motor is brand Molnio. They've successfully installed in the Pikman, is a pickup truck, small pickup truck, and the Rush also the same DA90S electric motor with Slavyanka technology. And both of these products have been demonstrated 1 year ago on the Moscow International Conference of SOLARGROUP last year in Moscow. And some of you who were present could already test drive it as well. So as I mentioned, we have the company called ASPP Technology. We have also official representative as company's team with Mr. Andrei Lobov as director, and company Molnio Electric Motors in Moscow. We have also a brand Denzel, a bike which is located in China, and they are actually producing some of the nicest bikes I've seen. It's called Denzel Samurai, Denzel Escort, and some other types of electric bikes. You can go also on the website eastgem.net and check out for yourself. You can already even order these products either from ASPP company. They've already not only produced the motor, but also produced actually the electric car, the golf cart, which is available on Alibaba website already with the price $6,600, if I'm not wrong. You can order it from there. It has even obtained the European Union certificate, so you can easily import it into European Union or your own country with EU certificate, with CE certificate. This product is much easier to be imported in your country. And also they produce, the SPP company, they produce, based on Slavyanka motors, they produce also some of the bikes as well, so two-wheeled vehicles, and our partner and collaborating company called AWEV Technology in India, even they are already preparing some of the vehicles like tuk-tuk and the bike with Slavyanka-based motor. They're waiting right now, as far as I know, the documentation approval from the local agency in India that give them the green light to go ahead with the sales of these products. So in the future, you can easily become the distributor by just getting into contact with that company. In case of any questions how to get in contact with them, you can ask your own national representatives, national partners, either in India or in your own country where you're located, and then they have all this information how you can get into contact with them. They have their contact details of all these directors, all these companies, so you can easily get in touch and ask more information about the price, about the technical characteristics and whatnot. Also, the project, as I've mentioned, the project's goal, the immediate goal is to construct the innovation center, the design and innovative technological bureau located in Zelenograd, just outside of Moscow in Russia. The project has a spread of 3 years period. It's broken down into 20 stages with the objective to reach the investment or financing of the project with $50 million US. Right now, we're in stage number 14 out of 20 stages in total. And already, as it's mentioned in the presentation, we have obtained more than 15 million US as in investments. So it means that we have already at a point of more than 30% of financing covered of the project. Just stay in touch with the latest news and updates by the company from Mr. Dmitriy Duyunov, from the management of Solar Group company, who will share with us more information, more updates, and hopefully will also deliver you communication about the next international conference of Solar Group, where it will be held and in which form, and then we can all see and just follow the newest updates about the level of financing reached by the company. Because this figure, $15 million US, it's if I'm not mistaken, it has been valid for several months back. So right now this number can be even higher. About the crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding, or actually crowd investing project called Solar Group. As you all know, if you're already registered partner of Solar Group, via the back office, you have the possibility to obtain the investment shares of this company by buying this investment package, either in one-off payment or in installment payments. What does it mean? That you can break up your payments into 10 months, you can split it into 20 or even 30 months time. So it's not hard financially in terms of to balance your income and to balance your payments, monthly payments, in such a way that you can successfully manage your payments and to pay out completely the package amount. And keep in mind, there is one peculiarity about this investment packages is that, for example, you have 10 out the most of the, actually the half of the investment shares you pay out from the stage, from the installments from 1st to 9th. And then in the 10th installments, you buy the second half of the investment shares. So make sure that you pay till the end, because the, let's say, almost 50% of the shares you get on the last stage. And then, so easily, if you participate as an investor, you can buy this investment package. You can use the different payment methods. You can use credit card or debit card. You can use the cryptocurrency payment or PayPal, or different types of cryptocurrencies available in the back office. The second option, you can participate as a partner. While participating as a partner, you can get a bonus when the investment reached by the partner who you invited. So, for example, you invite another person who buys the investment package, and from that investment, from the amount of the investment package he or she bought, you receive some remuneration, some bonus. So a lot of companies, as well as banks and insurance and other types of companies nowadays, they offer such kind of affiliation programs. So it's normal practice. And we also employ it here. We think it's really effective with, let's say, instead of just paying out the advertising company, pay to Google, to Facebook, and so on, to YouTube, it's much more effective to pay just the person for the result of the work. And the result in our case is that the company receives more and more financing. And for this result, the company is ready and is making actually these bonus payments to its partners when they reach this goal of obtaining the new investments into the company. So by having these investment shares, you have the in order to have the idea what will this investment will be used for, is of course the construction of the SOVELMASH Engineering Center for Development of Electric Motor in various applied in various fields. This is the 3D rendering of such innovative center, which will be used for construction. These construction works have already started in terms of preparation of the construction camp for the construction, and the SOVELMASH company is waiting for final approval in order to actually go on and move with the machinery in order to prepare the plot for the to make the actually the main to start with the main construction works, because right now we have already installed some of the temporary housing cubicles, let's say, for the workers to be there and for the machinery to move in. And right now the only remaining thing is to obtain the official approval, because some cable under the ground was discovered, so we need to take care of the approval to remove this cable or to go with our construction works without removing it. So it depends on the actually approval from the authorities. We have mechanisms of attracting investments, including that what you can do actually with your investment shares in the future. Sell your shares at a much higher price in the future. Right now, of course, you them using the much lower price, and also in the sorry, I'm just need to switch my camera. This have been some technical issues, I think, with the camera. Let me check it. So the first option is you can actually buy the shares at a much lower price because of the discount, or the active discount right now. And second option is that you can receive the dividends from the amount of based on the actually based on the number of shares which you purchased. Okay, just 1 minute. All right, hope now you can see me again. Okay, and actually the second option is to benefit from the increased price of the shares and to resell it at a higher price in the future, or resell it in the internal exchange. And second option is to get dividends based on the company's revenue or company's profits, which will be paid out based on the director's decision in the future. Right now we are in stage 14, as I've mentioned. So with each stage we have the lower amount of discount and the higher, as a result, a higher price per share. So this is right now the correct time to invest, to purchase, in my opinion, the investment package, because with the stage number 15, 16, and so on, the price will go up and the discount will decrease. So the most profitable moment, of course, is now, if you haven't purchased it in the previous stages. Before the company opened the possibility to buy to increase the old packages. Right now, this option has been already closed, and we only sell the shares from this stage, or you just pay the installments from this, with which when you actually bought this investment package. This is the actually the breakdown of all the packages. This is valid for Russia. In your country, in individual cases, there are some countries I know with even lower investment packages prices, starting from as low as $100 or $250, for example. In Russia, it starts from $500 and so on. We have $750, we have $1,000 package, and so on. With, for example, if you have $500 package, you pay it in 10 installments. It means that you receive 77,500 shares in this package, with a nominal value of this package of $77,500. So, because $1 is a nominal value of each share, which we plan as a target in the future, it to be valued at. And so with just $50 monthly installment, you get this 77,500 shares after paying out this 10 months of installments. And then all these shares will be documented in your back office, in your personal page, where you can download the certificate for the shares, or you can actually order it to be sent to your home, but it will be the same validity as you've downloaded the PDF file, or if you order the paperback version. As I mentioned, you have two possible modes of usage of these investment shares. You can sell at a higher price, or you can get dividends based on the profit which the company will get. And the company announced that the construction of innovative center should be completed. At least it's planned to be completed by May 2022. So by May 2022, which is less than 2 years away from today, 1.5 years away, the construction of innovation center will be completed, and the company will actually start generating revenues, start generating profits for its shareholders. And by end of 2022 or by beginning of 2023, it should be decided, according to my understanding, the payout of the dividends to the shareholders. And so the first dividends you could expect possibly in the first quarter of 2023 or around that period. If everything will go as planned, of course, we have some force majeure factor playing out as global pandemic, for example, situation as in this year, but hopefully we have already prepared for this plan B and other situations. So Mr. Dmitry Duyunov and his team are working, prepared all the, let's say, possible scenarios, and they already are ready for the, let's say, evolvement of the situation. So they are on top of these plans, how to mitigate any possible risks. For example, first we needed to import some of the parts from China, and right now we diversified and just researched on some other potential, let's say, producers of the components that we need, of the employment that we need. So, for example, we can import it from not only China, but, for example, Europe or any other countries where it's produced. Hope it's clear, or if you have any question about the dividends, about the shares in the future, please write in chat, otherwise I will explain more in details. As I mentioned, the investor gets the investment, the share certificate, which you can download from your back office. And you also get the investment agreement, where it's written the rights and obligations of the company and the rights and obligations of the investor, of the partner, investor in the project. So right now, investment agreement is covered, is protected by, investments are protected by this investment agreement. And in the future, when the SOVELMASH will become the joint stock company, your rights will also be covered by the Russian law, according to corporation law, according to regarding the joint stock companies in the future. Talking about the connection of this group of companies which we have the SOVELMASH company, which is actually the main, let's say, think tank, or this main company who is taking care of development of electric motors. We have ASNPP, who is the author and the holder of the patents, registered patents in Russia, with Slavyanka patents for Slavyanka combined winding technology. And also we have SOLARGROUP. SOLARGROUP is the financial company or venture investment company taking care of promoting of the project, taking care of that everything goes smoothly in accordance to plans, as regarding the crowd investing, regarding the collecting of funds, and regarding the let's say documents that the company needs to provide to the investors, and also to collect information from investors, because we also need to maintain the KYC policies, the know your client policies, know your customer policies, as any investment company, any financial company needs to do according to the legislation. Also in the future, it's very, very important that you upload your documents correctly. You mention all the data as according to the documents, because in the future your shares will be again issued and registered by the registry company in Russia, for example, and they will need to double check the documents and who is this or that share is owned by. So it's very important that you upload the document, that you have your account verified, so you can easily buy the investment package and use it in the future, or sell it to some other party in the future as well. Right now, the capital of the SOVELMASH company is split to these three main parts. 40% is owned by ASNPP company, is the science and production enterprise in Russia. Second part is 10.5% is owned by the management of SOVELMASH company. And the major stock is 49.5%. It's basically all of us, is the collective investors, so-called. It's the SOLARGROUP company. In Russian tax registry, if you go to Russian website, for example, nalog.ru, you can double check that the SOVELMASH company is owned 49.5%. It's owned by the SOLARGROUP company. It means that in the future, once the SOVELMASH company will transform from limited liability company into joint stock company, this 49.5% shares will be owned also by the SOLARGROUP, and all these shares of SOLARGROUP will be then transferred to individual owners of the investment shares according to the percentage that they have inside the total number of shares of SOLARGROUP. I hope it's clear that in the future, the SOVELMASH company, once it will become the joint stock company, it will be transformed to a company not by shares as a limited liability company right now, but as in a joint stock company. It means that its shares will be registered in the stock exchange in Russia officially, and will be split to all the owners in accordance to their percentage of ownership of their respective shares. So speaking about what will SOVELMASH make profit from, it's of course the service of development of electric motor to its customer. So it has been calculated that on average such contract can be the value of such contract can be up to $50 million for the completed order for electric motor design, for example. And just in 1 year, the company, it's planned that it can successfully complete several such orders. So you can have a rough estimate of the financial turnover of the company in the future. Speaking about how much SOVELMASH will earn, so as I've mentioned, it can 1 to 10 such contracts for a year by developing from 1 to 10 such types of motors for 1 year, which can bring to the company subsequently the number of some revenue which it will generate in the process of developing such motors. All of you know the examples of very, very successful companies who reached their result not in 1 year, not in 2 years, of course, but at least in 10 years or 15 or 20 years time. With successful work, hard work, they have reached great results. It could be the same case with SOVELMASH, because right now we're just on the very start of our activity. But already after the 3 years, we already have very, very positive results. We have reached the status of residentship in the special economic area called Technopolis Moscow. It has been not easy thing to do. Then we have obtained the authorization from the government, from Moscow authorities, in order to go ahead with our project and to go ahead with the construction in general of our innovation center. We have successfully completed the let's say the research for the right construction company, general contractor, who is the company called Haka Moscow, who will take care of the construction of the whole project for us. And also here you can see that these examples of these companies, for example, in IT sector, those of the early comers, let's say early investors who really believed in the technology, that it will become really great success, and stayed with the company for a long enough period, now they can really enjoy the results, they reap the results, and right now they have the market capitalization of those companies reached really high levels, and it means that if you invested into Alibaba shares maybe 10 or 5 years ago, right now your wealth, your assets with these shares would have increased by a factor of more than 3. In 18 years, actually, shares price increased by more than 3 million times. Can you imagine that? What potential we have here as well? Of course, nobody knows for sure which the numbers will be, but that the potential is there, it's without doubt, in my opinion as well. Of course, you need to double check all this information by yourself and to make an informed and decision by yourself. As this is not a financial advice, of course, this, of course, any investment involves risk. You need to understand it as well. No one, at least in my understanding, can give you 100% guarantee that the project will successfully be implemented and so on. But at least here you see that the company answers your questions. It tries to give as much information as possible. You can double check everything what we are talking about. And here you have the real product already, something that you can order, you can touch in, let's say, hold in your hands. You can actually modernize your vehicle, your car or your bike with DUYUNOV motor. It's a great thing, possibility to do. So you can even order, you can approach Mr. Victor Aresto, for example, and order already the motor from China, where it's produced right now with the Slavyanka technology, and just see for yourself, make your own results, make your own tests, and subsequently just make an informed decision about whether good technology, whether it's a great project to invest in and to really have some stake in. We have already over 200,000 participants from more than 116 countries in the world, and over 14,000 investors. And as I've mentioned, more than $15 million in attracted investments up to date. But this information has already been outdated. So hopefully in the common conference, which will be held soon, hopefully, the company will announce the new numbers, the new figures. Already some of you can ask, what have we done with investments received by so far? Actually, we have bought the equipment, the necessary testing area equipment. We have equipped our laboratory up to the highest standards. Our laboratory actually received the certificate that it has been certified and has been to make all the measurements. So they become official. Once we make any tests, they become official, and so we can use this technology. We can use this laboratory equipment in order to really confirm that our product is performing in accordance to all the documentation which we have prepared for this product. The location is in Zelenograd, as I mentioned, where the SOVELMASH company is the resident in the special economic zone called Technopolis Moscow. We have obtained this residentship in 2019 already, and the agreement has been signed to obtain the land plot. Actually, right now, this land plot of 2.1 hectares is leased, is rented from the authorities. And after the completion of the project, after the completion of the construction of the innovative center, this land can be bought out by SOVELMASH company with just 1% of its value, of its market value, as I understand. So it's another great advantage of the company of being in the residence in this special economic area, so that we actually can buy out this land with very, very low price from the authorities, and thus it will be SOVELMASH's own land plot, and the asset of the company will be much increased in the future only due to this fact as well. Also, in 2019, we have undergone, actually in the beginning of this year, we have undergone the successful audit examination of SOVELMASH company, SOVELMASH financial statements, which has passed without raising any doubts, raising any problems by the auditors. And it means that the company is working fine, it's financially stable, and it doesn't have any going concern or any potential problems going forward. Also, some of the new patents have been obtained, and right now, each patent that SOVELMASH company obtains, it actually increases the intellectual property or the goodwill of the company, which later we can appreciate, and we can, even with the help of independent, maybe a surveyor, put into our assets as well, on the balance sheet as well. Our achievement up to date has been also the development of the controller, which is the original controller we have developed in-house. Also, we collaborate with the different authorities from China, from other parts of the world as well. And we are working on our client base. Right now, we cannot name, due to confidentiality clause, the name of the potential customers who we will be dealing with as soon as the SOVELMASH center will be launched. But we need, Mr. Dmitriy Duyunov announced that there are already such clients. Let's say there already has been negotiations with them, with the potential clients, and it means that we don't need to call up or to search for some clients in the future, but we already have in our minds several potential customers who can employ our services as soon as the project will be fully ready and can generate profits. In order to eliminate the risk of underfunding, the company has even signed additional agreement with some of the major investors who will guarantee that in case of force majeure, in case of some unexpected situation in the economy and so on, it will cover the amount needed. And in this case, the project will go on as usual, go on and reach its objective. This is another thing that mitigates the risk. It really helps to understand the project is stable even today, and ongoing forward, it will evolve everything in accordance to the plan. As I mentioned, there are already preliminary contracts with and partnership agreements with the potential customers. As I mentioned, everyone can become an investor with just lower barrier of entry, with minimum investment of just $50 per month for example, for Russia. In some of the countries who have investment packages starting from $100, so there is barrier to entry. It's just $10 per month. So it's just really low level of let's say a low number that you can invest, and you can without risking some serious amount, you can become the investor in the project, and you can become the co-owner of this future enterprise, SOVELMASH, as well. This opportunity is really there to buy the investment package, and also in installments, as I mentioned. You can buy it in one payment, or you can buy it in paying month by month, in 10 payments, or 20, or even 30 payments. So we have also the complete transparency of the project, where you can ask in support chat if everything is, if you have any question, you can turn to your national representative, national partner. You can talk to our support team, also in English and in other languages as well. They're working for you from 7 a.m. Moscow time till midnight Moscow time from Monday to Friday, except of Saturday and Sunday when they have days off. Otherwise, you can write them always at at the Solar Group's email, support.en@solargroup.team, and or solargroup.pro actually, and they can reply with any questions you have regarding the payment, regarding the package and everything. So it's really a great opportunity, in my opinion, talking about the long-term strategy, long-term investments. So always you have to bear in mind to think where you put your money, to put your funds, whether it's just in currency that can depreciate, for example, in value. In many countries right now, they undergo some, let's say, economic hardships, and not all the currencies are stable, especially now in this period of time. And also, for example, if you have some real asset, if you have real estate, if you have some brick and mortars business, or you have a piece of this activity that is really generating already or will generate in the future some profit, I think this is the best case to diversify your risks, to diversify your investment portfolio, and to really take advantage of this opportunity. For example, with DUYUNOV'S Motors project, and actually with this innovative center and its strategy. Thank you all for your attention. Let me just stop the demonstration, and now I can open up the microphone for questions. Hope everything is clear. There is a question from Mr. Sudhir. Hello, Mr. Sudhir. When the time, when the IPO will come? So IPO will, it means whether you initial public offering. The answer to that is, as according to my understanding, the company, once it has reached its investment objectives, one, it has reached its objective to have the financing of $50 million into the project. We don't need actually to have immediately additional offering of the new shares or emission of the new shares, because we'll be fine with that amount that we have collected via the crowd investing method, which is we're doing right now. Once we complete these 20 stages, we have completed, for example, all the installments paid out by the investors. It means that we already have all the amount in our hands in order to construct successfully our innovation center, to launch it. And we already have all the stakeholders already now. So we don't need to attract any more additional investments if you talk about the IPO in the near term future. If you're talking about the long term, it depends on the company's financial performance. So I think by 2022, by May 2022, we plan to have the innovation center constructed and put into operation, hopefully within the several months after that. So by 2022, by end of 2022, we'll have already innovation center working 100%. And from 2023, let's calculate maybe 2-3 years before it has reached some results and we have successfully obtained some customer base. And then we can reevaluate this necessity to make the IPO, to go into, for example, some international stock exchange, as in, I don't know, NASDAQ, for example, or London, or it depends on the conditions, right? That the company or the shareholders will actually decide which direction to take. But it's not the short-term objective. Short-term objective is to complete the financing of the project, to construct the innovation center, and to start generating the profit as soon as possible in order to pay out the dividends to all of the shareholders, including to all of the investors who are listening to us right now today in this webinar. If you have any other questions, please go ahead. Also, you have possibility to open up the microphone. We have also here the speaker from India, Mr. Anandroy. Hello, Anandroy.
Hi, good evening.
Hello, Mr. Anandroy.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine, sir. And I really appreciate about your presentation. When we are listening your webinar, we get more information every webinar.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Sometimes I also learn. I mean, from every day, just by reading the website of the company and by communicating with SOLARGROUP, with colleagues. I get some new information, so I constantly update. So it's not like I copy paste from the past, but I add something new. So hopefully also it can be a little bit more interesting than the last time. This is thank you for your feedback.
Yes, for latest updates, I already requested and always request to all my partner. So join all webinar, then he will get latest update.
Yes. Thank you. Exactly. Thank you very much. Actually, this evening there will be the national partner of Germany joining also our colleague Mr. Pavel Filipov in the webinar, and in 1 week, in the next Wednesday, we are going to have the special meeting with all national partners of Solar Group. So also Mr. Birdi and all the national partners from all the countries. And I think it will be translated. So we also look forward to that event. And soon, yesterday also I have another important announcement. Yesterday, Mr. Pavel Filipov mentioned that soon it will be announced about the internal exchange. And hopefully we'll have some official news as to when it will start and how it will look. And then actually, because many partners I know already asking the webinar for India, a webinar for Latin America, when it will be launched. And right now we don't have the answer, but hopefully it will be very soon, this answer. And Pavel Filipov mentioned that it will be once the company will stop distributing the new shares, so we can fix the number of shares, and then they will be like on auction, and some people will want to buy it and some people want to sell it, so we will have stable price which will fluctuate according to the market, and then we can go forward.
Yes, about this information, Mr. Birdi send a message in our group, and we are really happy about this getting message. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Great to hear, and thank you also for your own webinars. I know you doing webinars. You can maybe also announce in Hindi if you want, also, or in English for your webinar when it's which timing it is and which date, which time of the week, week.
My next webinar is on 29 on Tuesday at in Indian times 8 o'clock in night.
8 p.m. Okay, Indian time.
Yes, 8 p.m. in Indian times. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Keep up the great work, and also we'll update later with Mr. Birdi and Mr. Rajesh too. And see you also on Sunday in the webinar for India. And I know more of the partners join and always have interesting questions. So it's a pleasure to have such to communicate with such partners and to have webinars. So it's a constant learning process, and by every day we have some new information. I again wish you very good evening and hope you're also fine, and wish all the partners, all investors who are listening to us right now have a good health, and stay positive, and as Mr. Birdi is saying, keep focused on the right thing, on the right approach, and then you will have good results. And then it's you can motivate yourself and motivate others to have to reach these results, to have better outcome for yourself, for your family, and have a better positions.
Yes, Mr. Birdi is a great leader and a great motivator. If you talk every time, he will give a perfect example for everything, and you will be satisfied.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. This will be also available on YouTube and also Facebook. And have a good evening. I know in India already it's late. It's more than 10 p.m. So namaste. Have a great evening. Enjoy your day and your week. Bye-bye. Thank you for your attention. Bye.